Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, InaneGaming, and tonight we're going to take a run through the Lower South Cave, see if we can't get ourselves the artifact, which this is the easiest of the caves, so it's gonna happen. We are going to take a baryonyx through to make this even more ridiculously easy, and in case you hadn't picked up on it, our coordinates are right around 80.2 and 53.6 on the map. Don't mind the random slew of dinosaurs. So you can see he fits easy enough. And as it does get cold in here, we're going to go ahead and use some Freya curry. This is straightforward. You can mine those crystals if you find yourself in need of crystal. There's not much back that way. And the fastest route, so as we come down here, you hang left. Now, if you were really speed running this, you could take a parachute dive right down here if you weren't already on a nice little critter for that. Now, sometimes I've had critters spawn behind me once I'm already in the cave, like that spider there. So you gotta keep an eye out, keep listening. This is actually a pretty good way to get some chittin early on as well, because again, this is such an easy cave. You come on down through here. It's a little easier if you kneel to get through. Here is the artifact. And since I already apparently have one, I can't take it. In here you can find metals, but I think I've mined them all out already. And if you really just want to get out, the way out is straight on up this path. Past all of the happy little spiders. You can also find Titanoboas, the Centipede guys, and these fuckers. Didn't even see you there, Missy. Those guys only require fighting if you wake them up or if you come in at night. So you can actually just dodge around them. The biggest worry in here are the centipedes if you happen to run into them. So you just come back up here and out. But let's explore the rest of the cave. You can tell you get a little bit of clipping on the visuals. But the centipedes are by far the worst thing you'll face in this cave because they can destroy your armor. These guys are just a nuisance. As you can see right here amongst these shrooms, you have one of the explorer's notes. Then if we come down here, oh, there's the centipede. You want to let your dinosaur take care of him alone, because otherwise he will rot your armor and your weapons. Or you can take him out at a range. Another centipede, it sounded like. You can take him out at a range with your crossbow or your rifle. I was on a ocean taming run before this, so I don't have my good old rifle on me. The dung beetles aren't usually such a challenge, but as you can see, there's a second explorer's note down here. But the big value in coming down this way, aside from grabbing that explorer's note, is, and I don't think I've got any left down here, but down here is where you can find most of the obsidian in this cave, in either of these two water basins. And using a bariatric, whatever the fuck these guys are called, I call them berries. So with a berry, you have the advantage of carrying a lot more weight than a lot of the other critters that can fit down here. So you can come on mining runs coming for the obsidian that's down here, the crystal that's down here. There's a bunch more of the crystal, and there is also metal down here, but I have mined out just about everything other than crystal down here. As you can see, working with your dino to take those guys out is probably the most effective way. This path just loops back. Again, there will be some minables. And here we can finally see Titanoboas, so I think we've seen every type of threat this cave offers. I have not seen any onyx, any bats down here. And I don't believe I've ever seen any of the, any kind of piranhas or sarcos. Those are almost exclusive to the Upper South Cave. So if you were trying to get to the artifact after having come in here, you kind of just follow the green glowies. And like I said, you got metal. And another explorer's note. I believe that's the third one in here, and the final one. Come to a nice little underwater lake. And down here, you can find a chest sometimes. You can also find obsidian. Sometimes there will be loot crates in the other water areas as well, or in that space between the two water areas. But it's all relatively low-level gear, so unless you are doing this as an early run type of thing, this isn't really a cave that's worth it for the loot crates. And as you can see, you just come on down here. There will be some minor metal deposits, maybe some obsidian. One last scorpion. Yep, you can see one of the little baby... Whoa! So you can see there's the artifact again from the opposite side that we came in last time. And we better deal with this torpor. And now you've seen everything and everywhere there is to see in this cave. So that completes our tutorial. We just have to get out of here alive, which, since we've already cleared the path, should be easy. Like I said, this one's easiest cave. You can do it solo with just a pike and a crossbow if you want to avoid those centipedes. Or you can take in somebody like this and gather up plenty of chitin, bring out crystals, bring out obsidian. Not a lot of obsidian, but crystals and metal. This cave will help you out a good bit, again, at the lower levels, so keep it in mind. And as you can tell, it is really next to impossible to get lost in here, because there's the exit. The only resource you really care to have in here is probably the Friakuri to keep warm. If you want to do some crazier stuff, you can take things like Enduro Stew to really help you out, but that's all optional. Even the Friakuri, if you had leather armor and were riding a dino, you wouldn't need the Friakuri, or hell, I think I can get through it without the Friakuri at all. It just helps. Makes life easier. And that has been the Lower South Cave. I'm InaneDragon. Hope you all have a good night and keep hunting. Bye.